Hello everyone. Hi, my name is Linda Dolke. I'm a demonstrator with Stampin Up in Australia, and today it is 12 o'clock on the 8th of January. It's Wednesday the 8th of January, and I've even got my jacket on today. After all the really hot weather we had earlier, the last couple of days have been really cool. We've got rain and kind of a grey day here today, but it's good crafting weather. And I'm much happier being in my very hot craft room on a cool day. So that's good. How is everybody else out there? How are you all going? I see we have lots of regulars. Hello, Roz. How are you? Hey, Cherie. Hi, nice to see you. Sean is here. Hello. And Maureen. So nice to see you, girls. So we've got a small group here at the moment. First of all, I've only been doing these scrapbook videos for a few months. And so I think people are still surprised. And because it's only once a month, people are still surprised. Hey, Kate, nice to see you. So when people probably need to get used to me going live at this time. Plus scrapbooking, even though I've been doing scrapbooking classes for years and years, and I was originally a scrapbooker before I was ever a card maker, I'm probably known more online for cards than I am for scrapbooking. So I'm hoping to change that a little bit this year. I'm hoping to have the scrapbooking focus sitting aside the card making. I'm not replacing one with the other. I'm adding the scrapbooking focus in. And like I said, I've been doing this now for a few months, where the first Wednesday of the month, although I know this is the second technically, but I decided to have New Year's Day off. So this is the first Wednesday of the month that I'm actually working. So there we go. Hey, Marty, nice to have you with us. Hello. How is it going? Is it cold where you are? I imagine it would be very cold up there. I've been chatting to Susan, and she tells me sometimes she goes walking every day, and she usually takes this is Susan Campfield I'm talking about, she usually takes her puppy dogs with her, but it's been too cold for the dogs the last few days, so she's had to step out all rugged off, but rugged up without the dogs. You got home from a day of running and it's freezing. Yeah, I bet it is. You just want to stay indoors and stay nice and warm on those kind of days, don't you? You don't want to be outside running. Yes, I know, right? So 2 p.m. is a different time for me, Sean. So normally my Friday night and Sunday night lives, my time is 7:30 p.m. Okay, but that's the middle of the night for my friends in North America. So when I go live at 2 o'clock for Technique Tuesday, and also 2 o'clock for the first Wednesday of the month for scrapbooking, that's a much better time for my North American friends. Unfortunately, it does not suit my European friends very well, but it does suit the North Americans much better than the evening scheduled times. So there we go. I know, they have to wear their coats when they go out walking, Marty. They wear cute little tartan coats to keep them warm when they go outside, because they've got such short hair, so I think they get very cold. And they're not big dogs, they're only small, thin dogs, so I think they feel the cold quite badly. So, not like huskies. Huskies love the snow, right? In fact, my husband is he loves huskies, and when he lived in America, he had huskies, but he will not have them here because of the weather. He said it would be cruel to have them in the heat. So for that reason, we will never own a husky. Oh, sorry. What am I saying? Yes, noon. Oh, my goodness me. What am I saying? 2 o'clock is for Technique Tuesday, 12 o'clock for scrapbooking. I'm so sorry. I'm confused too. And I've got my cup of coffee. I'll just show you. These are the black cockatoos. We have some of these around here, although we usually have the ones with the yellow tails, not the red tails. So we have the yellow-tailed black cockatoos in this area, and I hear them sometimes. I love the haunting sound that they make. Any other fans of – I'm a fan of parrots generally, love birds, but you can probably hear my little cookie boy chirping away up in the corner there. He likes it when I talk, and he likes to join in. Hey, Bronwyn, how are you? Of course, school holidays, right? Nice to have you here. I'm scrapbooking today, so that's what I'm going to get into, and I'm going to switch over to the desk in just a moment. But there's a couple of things I want to show you, so let's see how we go. I'll do the switch, especially parrots. Same with me, Marty. I'm the same. I've always loved them. I've got such a thing for them. But hey, Tanya, nice to see you. Hey, Maggie, how are you going? Have a good crowd. All right, switching over to the desk. Going to straighten it up because I don't like it being crooked, and sometimes I don't see it until I actually see it through my computer screen. We are going to be scrapbooking today, and I have picked a photograph that I have long wanted to scrapbook, and it's a bit of a nostalgic one for me, although I wasn't there at the time. This is actually a picture of my parents' wedding. So this was the 1st of April, 1961 is the day they got married, and I'm going to scrapbook this photo today. Oh, you're sewing right now, Bronwyn. Cool. You're very clever. I'm not a very good sewer. I can sew a little bit, but I just don't seem to get to it anymore. I tried to work out how to change the autofocus on my phone. Have not managed to do that yet. So I'm going to watch some more videos because the couple that I watched didn't give me the instructions how to do it on my phone. So you have a sister with the same anniversary, the year date, or is it just the 1st of April? I wouldn't think it would be the year date, Sean, because obviously 1961 is a long time ago now. So I was born in 65, so they had to wait 4 years for me to show up. But yeah, 61 is the year they got married. And my mum passed away in 2017, so she's been gone, is that 8 years? Yeah, 8 years coming up. Oh yeah, the date, of course, yeah. And my dad is still with us though. My dad is still around. So I thought it'd be nice to scrapbook this old photo and you know, just do something really lovely with it. All right. So when I do, for those of you, you had a Shepherd Husky mix. My husband had golden Huskies, which is a cross between golden retrievers and Huskies, and apparently they're pretty beautiful. So there you go. I know they love being in the snow. Not me, not so much. I do love looking at the snow. I loved. You would have thought they were joking on April Fool's Day. Goodness me. I used to tell the story that, you know, my parents got married on April Fool's Day, but clearly they were not fools because they had a beautiful, wonderful married life and were, you know, the closest of close right up until my mum passed away, which was really sad, of course, but I'm really glad they had those beautiful, happy years together. So was that 56 years, I think? Yeah, I think they were married 56 years. So there we go. All right. So I do a scrapbooking class. I think I've mentioned this before, once every 2 months. So the first Thursday of every second month, I'm up in the Hunter Valley doing a scrapbooking class. And I always do 2 layouts. We start at 10 a.m. We do a layout in the morning, then we have a beautiful lunch together, and then we do a layout in the afternoon, and then we have the afternoon tea, and we all go home. Okay, that's kind of how it works. There's also morning tea. You know, you can never go overboard with morning tea, afternoon tea, and lunch, right? And it's all provided by the cafe that I go to run this class. And like I said, I've been doing them for many, many years. But I try and do one of the layouts on a colored base and the other one on a white base. Okay, so I'm going to be doing this one on a white base, even though I probably could go with very vanilla because the photo has that kind of sepia quality about it, but we're going to get away with it anyway. And this is going to be my white base piece. So I've got a piece of basic white. I'm going to scroll out a tiny bit more, only because it's hard for you to see the whole thing if I don't. So that's better. We're seeing most of the piece. If I need to scroll out more, let me know. All right. So I was thinking about what I wanted to do with this, and today I wanted to go with some purples. Okay, pinks and purples today. And it kind of started out. I'll show you where the inspiration came from. Okay, so I have a card that's part of one of the tutorials that I've got up for sale at the moment, and this one is using some of the beautiful new ombre glitter paper that we have as an online exclusive. This was released yesterday, this ombre glitter paper. Okay, it's beautiful. In fact, let me grab it and show it to you. It's right here, so that is a good idea, I think. And you can see I've been cutting mine up. This is where the hearts came from. So this one is kind of Highland Heather, Fresh Freesia, and Petal Pink down the bottom here. Isn't that pretty? I really love the way this looks. It's such beautiful paper. And so when I cut out my heart, I wanted to have some with the Petal Pink on it and some with the Fresh Freesia on it. So those were the colours there. But also in this pack, so it's worth looking at while we can. Also in this pack, and if you're looking for this, it's not in a catalogue, it's in the online store. Okay, so yeah, sorry, I halfway got through what I was saying there, Sean, was that we used to joke about my parents getting married on April Fool's Day, and how it clearly wasn't a foolish thing for them to do, because they lasted many, many years. So this is the ombre piece I just showed you, and that's the one I'm going to be using. Then there's also this one that's like Pool Party and Calypso. No, sorry, beg your pardon. I think Coastal Cabana, and it's really pretty as well. So it goes from dark to light. Can you see that? So gorgeous. And then we have this one that is Lemon Lime Twist. Look how beautiful that is. It's going down quite yellow on this end. But these pieces are just beautiful. I love them. But the one I decided to use was this. Okay, so I love this particular one. And what I did was I made this heart-shaped card. I made this with that glimmer paper, and I used one of the Hearts of Elegance hearts, or I used a couple of different ones actually. There's one that I used to cut the card base. There's one that I used for the glitter piece, and then I used a smaller one with the silver foil. Okay, so all really pretty. Really like them all. And I thought, you know what, this would look really nice on a scrapbook page. Okay, so I'm going to be using, this is my inspiration this time. Okay, I'm going to be using, I know I love Lemon Lime Twist too. It's such a great color. All right, so I think that that this is a great inspiration piece. And if ever you're looking for inspiration for a particular page or a particular layout, or even a card for that matter, quite often what you've done in the past might inspire you. And this is actually a really, really easy one. So I thought, well, what goes really nice with this? We've got Petal Pink, we've got Fresh Freesia, and if we kept going on the page, we've also got Highland Heather here as well. So I pulled those color inks out. I pulled out a blending brush because we'll be using that. I am going to be using a little bit of black. I'm going to use black as my matte. So I cut a piece of black that was slightly bigger than my photograph, and I might as well stick that straight down. Oh, it's a shame to do this, isn't it? Our wedding day, 1st of April, 1961. I don't want to get rid of that. What will I do, guys? Look at that. That's my dad's writing. Isn't that nice? Wynnum in Queensland is where they got married, because that's where my mum grew up, Wynnum Manly. And then they moved down to New South Wales, which was where my dad lived. So I don't want to actually completely glue that down. So what can I do? I'm having a think. One possibility, I wonder if I could use a flip flap to put that down. So let me see. Hang on a second and I'll see if I can find one. I didn't pull any out because I wasn't planning on using them, because I didn't realize until I turned the photo over that it's got that writing on the back that I don't want to lose. Let me see. I'm wondering if I have some flip flaps. I do have some. I've got big ones. I didn't want to use the big ones though, and I have ordered some 6x4s. And if I was going to do that with the 6x4s, they would go on the outside. So I could do that, but it's actually not a true to size photo. So let me see. I do have 4x4, but I don't know if you can see this too. They're in a beautiful old classic car. You can see the Venetian blinds in the back seat of the car. Can you see that? Do you remember those? How cool is that? Let's see how big this photo is. It's actually, with the mat around it, 5 inches by 4, 5x4 instead of 6x4. So it's got about an inch missing off one end. So we could probably, I know, it's really gorgeous. I know, right? I just found it now, Maureen. Yeah, I think flip flap. I think flip flap is the right idea. But the thing is, I've only got 4x4, or I have ordered 6x4s, but they haven't come yet. And I'm thinking, do I want to put this? Like, what I could do is put a piece behind So this is a possible, there's a couple of solutions. I could cut this down and make it 4x4. I don't really want to do that. I don't want to lose even this little bit of Venetian blind here. I think that's really rather nice. I remember trying, when I was a kid, Mum had we had a box of dress ups, and Mum's wedding dress was in the dress ups box. Cut the inch off, do you think? No, I don't know. But if I do have 6x4s coming to me, they are on their way. And what I could do is cut a mat that is 6x4 and then position this so it's in the middle of mat. So there'd be a bit of extra mat on either side. And I think I'd probably prefer to do that so that so I can actually still lift this up. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. But I know that I will always know that's there, and I don't want to lose that text on the back of the photo. I might have picked a different photo if I had realized that. I don't know. What do you think, guys? But where have I put my 4x4 flip flaps? I'm just looking to see if they're here. And if I was going to cut any off, I could cut it so it was just on this side of that. I don't know. That's a problem I'm going to have to think about. Yeah, I don't think I want to cut it either, Dimity. Use the black, cut out a rectangle out of the black piece. That's a good idea. So you mean actually cut a piece here? We could do that. It might be a bit tricky. I'd have to work out where I want to cut, but it could be done. So shall we have a play with that and see if we can do it? This is taking up time that I didn't anticipate, but anyway, I think it's worth doing because, all right, so let's put this in here. So I'm going to be going at about the 1 3/4 inch mark, and here at about 1 1/4 from this side. So let's, I don't know if this is going to work or not, you guys, but hey, let's give it a try. I'm going to try it. I just want to keep it if I possibly can. I may need to cut down a little bit lower, but I'm going to try. I don't have any rectangle or square punches, otherwise I would try those. Now I can always cut the piece bigger. I just can't cut it smaller. So let's see if this can be done. So let's see how much, how did I do? Well, nearly, but not quite. So it needs to go a little longer, a little further down. And I need to go further over this way. Sorry about this. All this to try and preserve this little bit of text on the back. I just don't want to lose it. It's too precious. Does that make sense, what I'm trying to do here? And I'm going to cut that bit right here. Let me just... Well, this is just a little bit unexpected. Thankfully, I've cut out most of the elements, so it's once I get going, it's not going to take me very long to put this all together. Let's see if we're getting close now. All right, so if I was to position that on there like that. All right, I'm down the bottom. Oh, look, I've got it. Our wedding day, 1961. There we go. We have the writing. And what this is probably something from the photography shop, right? So let's go and put that on. I'm going to add my glue to the back of this. Use a dimension on the corners to attach the photo to the black. That's a possibility as well. I could do that. And I'm just going to, I'm deciding. Okay, let's just do that. Because I can always remove it later if I decide to. And I'm just going to, we'll call this done, even though I'm still thinking about whether there's a better way I could do this. But this is a good solution for now. There we go. Oh, you have to actually take the, oh no, it's stuck. That's good. Okay. So there we go. What do we think about that as a solution? Do we like that? All right. So I'm going to leave that for now, and then I'm going to work on my background. So I decided I was going to pull in some colors. So when I was looking for all the colors to go with my ombre, because remember, this is my starting point. Okay, these colors. So we have this beautiful paper in our annual catalog. It's called the Thoughtful Designs 12 by 12 paper, and the colors in it: Cajun Craze, Calypso Coral, Lost Lagoon, Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Petunia Pop, Pretty Peacock, and Wild Wheat. Now you notice that there's no petal pink in there, but petal pink and Calypso Coral and a couple of those other colors, particularly Calypso Coral, are like, they're what I call color buddies. Okay, they belong together. They look really, really good together, so we can get them. Let me show you all the papers in here. So we have these that are this beautiful, once again, beautiful ombre, Petunia Pop, and going down to the Calypso Coral. See how nice that is? Look how nice this looks with this. Okay, doesn't that look fabulous? The colors just seem to go together. So this is a really good solution. Then we've also got in there, we've got some Misty Moonlight and some, is that Highland Heather? I can't remember. And then we have more, we have a Cajun Craze piece. We have, this is Mossy Meadow down to Old Olive, which also is really pretty. I love ombre. It's just such a nice thing. And you get one sheet of each in the pack, okay? So we've got Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon here. Really, really nice, okay? So, all right, so the piece that I'm looking at using is this one with the Petunia Pop and the Calypso Coral on it. I think that's really nice. And I have already cut these couple of pieces, and I made them 2.5 inches long. Okay, so I've got this one here, and you can see it goes from the Petunia Pop down to the, can you see that? Actually, I'm going to turn my light on. So sorry, I just realized that that light will brighten up the whole thing. Okay, so it's going to go on one side here. And then I've also got some Petunia Pop and Fresh Freesia coloring that also looks really nice with these. Okay, now if you're wondering where this comes from, this is actually Celebration paper, and it's Celebration right now, which means every $100 that you spend, you get some free paper or free whatever it is. And I'm going to be using several of the Celebration items during this video. Okay, so this is a new one. It's called something Bloom. What's the name of it? Does anyone remember? Because I struggle sometimes to remember. Okay, what is it called? Give me a second, you guys. Of course, my Celebration brochure has disappeared. It's something Bloom, but what I can do is I can look it up on my computer and type in the word Bloom, and it will come up. Well, maybe it won't because it's a Celebration item. I don't know. Oh, yes, Bloom Impressions. That's what it's called, Bloom Impressions. You like that Celebration paper pack? Yeah, me too. It's nice, isn't it, Kate? You could cut diagonal slits in the corners of the mat and slide the corners. Yes, you could. That would look really good as well, so you could take the photo out whenever you want. Yeah, I just didn't want to stick it down. We kind of came up with a solution. Thank you, Cherie. You found it too. All right, so you can see we've got the Calypso Coral in here. There's some pinks like Flirty Flamingo and Melon Mambo. We've got yellow and pumpkin pie. We've got Shy Shamrock. We've got peach. The peach is really nice. I really like this paper. I think that's beautiful. So nice for cards as well. This one I'm particularly partial to. I think that's gorgeous. It's got your Blackberry Bliss and Fresh Freesia. There's Melon Mambo. There's the Shy Shamrock. And on the back of that, you've got Azure Afternoon. Look how nice these are. And this one is free. Okay, so if you spend $100 in any Stampin' Up products, it doesn't have to be the annual catalog. It doesn't have to be the Celebration. Sorry, the mini catalog. It can be any products at all. It can be from the sale part of the online store, or through a demonstrator. No matter how you go, if you spend $100, this is one of the free items you can pick. So I think it's a really good one because it gives you lots and lots of different designs and ideas to work with. Okay, this is your Shy Shamrock. I really love this. I used it in my video yesterday. You guys might have been watching. Yeah, thanks, Cherie. Appreciate you putting that up in the comments. Thank you so much. All right, so that's what I'm using, and I've cut a 2.5 inch wide strip of that paper, and I cut 1 inch off it. Now, I haven't decided whether I want to cut a little bit more off. I'm not sure yet. I'm deciding what I think that should be. And I really like these going down the side of the page. So this is kind of what I'm thinking about doing. Shall I scroll out a little bit further? Just a tiny, tiny bit. I don't want to be too far away, but I want you to be able to see the whole piece of paper. All right, that's pretty close. Let me straighten it up. All right, okay. All right, so we could, if we wanted to, put these next to each other, because remember, the word of the week seems to be wonky. And I think Jody commented the other day on, wonky donkey. If you wanted them straight, that's how they would look. And we could add a third one if we want to. Totally up to you. I'm actually going to work more with the white space. So I've decided to only do 2. And I kind of want them to go to be over the top of each other. So I kind of want them, not quite straight. So I want them on an angle like that. I kind of like, sometimes I like a little bit of that on a scrapbook page. Okay. So this is going to go across here, and then we've got to decide where we want to put the other elements that I've already cut out. So I have already headed over to my die cutting machine, and I have cut some out. So remember, we were starting with this. So here's my heart. This heart is from the Hearts of Elegance bundle. Super nice. Okay, these are the Hearts of Elegance dies, and I'll just show them to you because you'll be able to see very quickly what I'm using here. All right, so we've got this one with the little dots around. That's what I've used to cut the one out of the glitter paper. This one. All right, so it's this heart right here. And then if you wanted to have another heart to actually put behind that, that would be optional. But if you want a bigger one, there is a bigger heart, which is this one here. Okay, so this is the really big one. And then we've got this one in the middle. Then I've also used this little heart here, and I cut a silver heart because I was trying to do something similar to the card that I made to go like so. All right. And then also, yes, there's another page, some smaller hearts, which we could cut some more smaller hearts. This one here matches one of the stamps in the set. This one. Okay, so we could cut some of those if we wanted to. This one makes it actually cuts and does a cut design, like a little dotty design. And I've got that one already cut out of silver. Okay, so that can go somewhere. And when you're doing scrapbooking, okay, something you always, probably your main thing I think that's really important is keeping some balance. Okay, so if you put something, just say we've got these two here, and we decide we're going to have this going across here maybe. I mean, I'm still deciding where these should go. That's going to go there. And then I'm going to balance it out by having something down here. So I'm going to have something up here. So I'm going to have my smaller heart up the top here. All right. So that's, if I was going to position this here, then I would want this heart to be up here. Okay. Then we have plenty of room to do other things. We could put a journaling block down here if we wanted to, but I'd like to do some work on the white underneath my photograph. The Wonky Donkey is back. I know, right? Did you ever read that book? It's hilarious, The Wonky Donkey. And there's actually a really funny video somewhere of a grandmother reading The Wonky Donkey to a grandchild. And it is the funniest thing because she just can't stop laughing. All right. So before I glue these down, okay, I'm going to keep this here for a second just so I can see where they go. And I want to add some stuff in the background. Okay. So I want this to be around about here. I've halfway, or maybe even a little higher than halfway. I think a little higher than halfway. Okay, and I'm going to be using a brand new set that I think is fantastic, and this is the Elements of Text set. This set is going to be one of my new go-to sets. It reminds me a little bit of Gorgeous Grunge. Okay, yeah, you've seen that video, have you? Cherie's calling you Jody Bling, and so you are. All right, so we've got these lovely texty bits, okay, and you can do like on a card, like I think you've seen this one that I did previously. Like on a card, I did a butterfly, and then I had the text in the background. And doesn't that look nice? It just provides, it just makes, like if I was to put the butterfly on there by itself, this card would look like nothing. But with that text and a bit of the splatter behind, it just looks amazing. It's fantastic. And we're going to do something similar with this. Okay, so we're going to have some text. But the text that I want to use, I might use this one. I'm definitely using this one. Don't know about the circle. Okay, we might not. We'll see. And I'm definitely wanting to use one or both of these splatter stamps. Really, really like it. Oh, that's a great idea, Cherie. All right, so I'm going to move that, and then I'm going to, so I know that that's going to be right about here, and then I'm going to pull in my text, and I'm going to decide what color to do. So it's always, choosing a color for something in the background like this is always interesting. You don't have to go dark because it's not going to be the highlight. It's going to be kind of just the background. So we could go with Gorgeous Grape, which is like one of our darker purples, or I could go Highland Heather or Fresh Freesia, which are lighter purples. Okay, and I'm thinking I want to go towards a lighter one, probably. I haven't decided whether I want this yet or not, so I'm not going to pull it out yet. I am going to put the small one on a block. All right, so there's that. Definitely going to use the splatter. I don't know whether I'm going to use both splatters. Don't know. Definitely want to use this one. So I'm going to grab block C for that. That's about the right size. And then probably block B for the smaller splatter in case we do decide to use it. This one, don't know. Might come back to that. All right. So just thinking about where this is going to go, right about here. Okay. And I want some text coming out from behind here and above this photo. Okay, so it needs to go right about here. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my ink, and I think I'm going Fresh Freesia. I want it to be, I kind of hinted at in the background, but I don't want to go too dark. Another option would be, all the text in silver would be nice, but I tell you, I'm doing something sneaky, Cherie, and I'll tell you why I'm not going to do embossing, because this will be one of the class projects at my next scrapbooking class in February, okay? And I don't want them embossing on the day, okay? So I don't normally have my class members embossing because I feel like I need to supervise, because I'm always aware of people burning themselves or, you know, that kind of thing. And so when it comes to scrapbooking in a class, I tend to not emboss. I could if I had a really small class and could really keep a close eye on everything, but yeah, no, I don't want embossing then. Exactly. That you understand, okay? Right, so I want this to be coming out here. So I'm going to move that down, I'm going to move that across, and I'm going to stamp. I'm committed now. We're going with some stamping, all right? So this is going to go right about here. And we've got this coming out. Can you see that's coming out from behind there? Looks nice, doesn't it? Doesn't that look good? Now, this is going to go down here. We've already decided, well, I've decided this. And it has a white background, okay, which stands out against my dad's suit quite nicely, but it doesn't really stand out against the white. And that's where some text and probably some blending with a blending brush is really going to help this white piece stand out on that. So I'd like to have, I'm deciding I could go with this and have some more here, okay? And we could also have some more here. I think that might look good. But I'm wondering, and I'm just going to put it on a block to have a look, whether the round one would look good in this space here or whether that's too much. So I'm going to get, it goes on a bigger block. It just fits on a block E. Obviously, it definitely fits on block F, but just fits on block E. Okay, so if I wanted this to be down here and I could kind of have that coming out, so that little curved edge there would be happening, or should we just stick with this one? Oh, I don't know. Another option, I could also have a curved edge over here. No, I don't think I want that. If I want a curved edge anywhere, it would be down here. So I'm deciding. What's everyone? Edge of the heart with Fresh Freesia. Yes, that's another option. You could do that. But I'd like, for now, I'm going to keep it clean because I'm going to try and do something with my background to actually add a little bit more color behind it. And then we'll see if we still need to add that. All right, so I'm going to move that. It's going to go right about here. I'm going to move this, and I'm going to move that. So it's similar to this one, but a little bit lower down. Okay, so put these back in. So if ever you need to do this, that you are, putting stamping so it actually comes out from behind paper, this is kind of how you would do that. All right, so this is going to go about there. It's starting to look good already. Okay, and then I'm feeling like I want to have some here. All right, so I'm going to come in here. I'm thinking I'm not going to go with the round shape. I like background text too. Looks good, doesn't it? So I'm going to pick that up and I'm going to have that coming down here. All right, so it's not something you would read. It's just, and you know what? This actually goes really well with their love story because it looks to me like, handwritten script, which is what it's meant to look like. And my parents wrote letters. They met at my, so my dad lived in Sydney and my mum lived in Brisbane, and they met at my uncle, so dad's younger brother's wedding. Okay, and mum was bridesmaid for her best friend, and dad was best man for his brother, and they walked each other down the aisle, as I recall, or they certainly sat next to each other at the wedding table anyway. But after that, they met and, sparks flew apparently, and then they wrote letters to each other because there was no internet. There was no mobile phones, What do I put my scrapbooking pages in? Yes, at the moment, we don't have any albums. Okay, we will have albums coming again. I'm very excited about the new annual catalogue and all the albums we're going to have. So right now, I do have some albums, but I've been keeping my photos until we have albums again. The ones I've done recently, I keep them in a basket in a bin, waiting for new albums to come. So I'll show you a couple. I'm just pulling the basket down. So like these are some you would have seen me do fairly lately. We did these with one of the kits in when was that? December. And then this one with a flip flap. This is a solution to have the writing on the back of but I think I would want the 6x4 for that to happen. Okay. And that's what I think I'm going to do with this in the end, use one of the 6x4 flaps for that so we don't lose dad's writing on the back of the card. So I've got all of my, I'm going to put it up on the desk and see if you can see it. You probably can't. Oh, it's too close. But, I've got this big bin of scrapbooking pages. Oh, no, you can't see that. It's not going to work. But, I can go back and see ones that I have done, over a period of time. So this was, in 1 month, this was the white one that I did, and then this was the colored one that I did. So you can play around with all sorts of things, but scrapbooking doesn't have to be hard or laborious. Okay, now I'm going to move that up, and I've already got some ideas. I want to have a bit of fresh freesia. I think I will use fresh freesia again. So here's my fresh freesia, and I'm going to bring in a blending brush. Here we go. Got one here, and I'm going to add some color behind this. All right, so I'd like some color coming out behind here. Now, my fresh freesia ink pad is not particularly inky. In fact, it probably needs to be re-inked, but for something like this, you don't want to be adding too much ink. You kind of just want a hint of color, so you just might have to come in and do it several times. If it's too inky, you'll end up with blobs of ink and you won't be happy because it'll be too dark. So I'm going to kind of come in here with these colors, and then I'm going to also add some more up here. And before we stick anything down, we're going to, put everything where we think it needs to go, and then decide. I am going to have to re-ink this, unfortunately, but not today, not for this scrapbook page, but for the next time I go do some stamping. All right. All right, so I'm putting these roughly where I think they're going to go. putting this where I want that to go. I'm going to put my heart in here. Now I am going to need some more, but can you see now that the white is standing out much better against you can see it standing out there against the white. Okay. I'm sorry if I've missed any comments. Just having a little look. So yes, I'm looking forward, Jody, to the new 12 by 12 albums that'll be coming out. It was a beautiful love story. Well, it still is, right? That's okay. Oh, yay. That's great, Cherie. You put an order in on Sunday night. That's quick delivery, isn't it? All right. So I am going to add a little bit more because I still want a bit more color coming down here at the bottom of my heart. So I am going to add more color. And then this is going to go like this. And now the heart is standing out a bit more against this darker color here. Does that make sense what we're doing? All right, I'm going to put this together. So this heart is going to get dimensionaled. Up to you if you want to use dimensionals or not. You don't have to. It is going in an album, and you don't want your album to end up so thick and full because you've put dimensionals on every single page. So this is an optional thing. If you would rather have them on flat, it's going to look just as good as having them on dimensionals. It's just more of a habit that I do this. Also, on the top of glitter paper and most adhesives are not really friends. So my suggestion is that you use either glue dots or dimensionals to stick anything to the glitter paper. Okay, so the heart that we have here, the silver heart, this one that's going to go just off the edge here, I'm going to use a glue dot to stick that on so it will make good contact. Actually, I'll do 2 glue dots, one on either side, and then I'm going to stick that right there. Like that. All right, now it's coming together, but it does need some more color. Now I do have this little texty one here too, and I'm wondering whether that might be nice in a couple of spots. Let's do it. I'm going to put one just here above this. So it's just sort of poking out the side there, and then maybe some down here, popping out there behind the heart. And then I want to bring in some splatter. Now the question is, am I going to go splatter in the same color, or am I going to splatter in a darker color like the Petunia Pop? Okay, the Petunia Pop, let's do it on a piece of scrap first, because the Petunia Pop is quite dark and I want to make sure it's not going to be too dark. So I'm going to just use a scrap, and I'm going to stamp it here. I don't mind it. What do you think? Do we think that's too dark? Or would you rather do a Fresh Freesia splatter and just have it very backgroundy? Or maybe we do some of each. This is the Fresh Freesia, okay? I think maybe the Petunia Pop. You still think the what? Yeah, well, we will keep working on it. We're not done yet. So, all right, I'm going to have some Petunia Pop outside of here. And I'm going to have some down here. Yeah, I like it too. All right, we're getting to a point. I'll be able to stick these down soon. Oh, gosh, look what I just did. Look what I did. I got Petunia Pop on my fingers. Never mind. It's okay. It's just a sample. This is just a sample, and this isn't going to get glued down anyway because I'm going to put it in a what do you call it? Flip flap. All right, so I'm deciding where I want these to go, and I think I'm just going to have that one going right over there like that. All right, so it's starting to come together. All right, we do also have the other one, the other splatter. We may end up using that. I'm thinking maybe we use it over the corner here where we put this to make it look like, yeah, let's do that. All right, first of all, I'm going to put this in the corner. And just because I can, I'm going to have a little bit right here. And it just looks like it's part of the splatter, but it's not meant to be. But, hey, that's what we've got. All right, and I'm going to grab a bit of paper towel. Always keep paper towel or something similar near your desk so you can do a quick cleanup if you need to. All right, it's coming together quite nice. Even though this is very, very simple, I'm actually liking this. All right, now we are going to need, let's have a look and see. Now it looks like it's meant to be there, right? Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this one. This is the one that's underneath, so I'm actually going to glue this down first, and I'm going to use Tombow. If you put something in the wrong place with Tombow, you do have a little bit of time to get it in the right spot. But if you're careful, you shouldn't need to move things around too much anyway. So I'm going to have that. And then this one. So we're going pretty simple, aren't we? I mean, we haven't gone crazy today. All right, so this is going to go in the middle. All right, I'm not going to stick it down yet because I'm just a little bit careful now. I am going to add another bit of splatter at the bottom of the heart. So it stands out a little bit more. All right. Now, I was going to have this over the top, but if this is going to be on a flip flap, it's going to be on the outside of my page protector. Does everyone understand that you put your flip flaps? I mean, I guess you could put them in the middle, but I like them on the outside, and then you can actually flip it and see what's on the back. Okay, and we do like that. So this is going to go about here. Now, I'm not quite done. I have got some other things. I want to add a title, but we've got some options. Okay, now we do have some fantastic stamp sets. This Hearts of Elegance one, this has a love you, which would be very appropriate for this. My Heart Belongs to You would also be nice. Be Mine. The XOXO is really nice. On my card, wherever that was, wherever it is, which was floating around the desk before, you might have seen I had the XOXO on a little banner, and that would look really nice on here. So maybe we do that. What do you think? You wish they'd make a bigger size bottle of Tombow. Well, Stampin' Up doesn't make Tombow, Maureen. It's not a Stampin' Up product. It is a Tombow product. Tombow is actually the brand. And you can buy this Spotlight, I understand, but it's more expensive. It's much cheaper to buy it from us. So I could do it more on, and now that I've got these couple on the edges of the paper, Jody, I feel like I probably want to put it on the edges of the paper somewhere else, like probably over this side to add a bit of balance. Shall we just do that? Let's just do it. Where's my Petunia Pop? There it is. Right, so this is going to go right here. So now I've got 1, 2, and 3. So that's looking a little bit more balanced as well. All right. All right, I'm happy with that. And I'm going to actually go ahead and I'm going to put a couple of dimensionals behind this. 1, 2, and 3. And I'm just going to stick that down into place. Like so. That's where that's going to go. This is going to go right here, but on a flip flap. Okay, now I want to have a heading. There's actually a couple of things I can do. Like I said, I can add, oh, here it is. See, there it is. And I've got this little banner with the XOXO on it. I also like the little, this ribbon. This is the new seam binding ribbon. That's also a free celebration item. So spend $100 is one of the options for free. And you can just tie a cute little bow. It's actually very easy to tie. And this kind of ribbon is small and flat, so it would not bulk out your scrapbooking album. So, so if you're wanting to add ribbons to a page, you want to pick ribbons that are not too thick and cumbersome and are going to add a lot of bulk. So this is a good one for that. It's really thin and is not going to cause you issues in that regard. So if you wanted to have it, then we could put it right here on the edge. I rather like that. And I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to have a banner. So I was originally going to use my alphabet a la mode dies, and I was going to make the word forever or something similar to that because, you know, that would be appropriate. And I still might, because that would look really nice up there. Black writing would look really nice up there. If you wanted to add something from a stamp set, you could do that as well. So let's have that there. And I'm going to show you what I had in mind with the alphabet a la mode dies. I've also got this one. Now, this is another free Stampin' set. Oh, sorry, I was going to say Stampin' Rewards. No, this is another free celebration set. And I thought this is perfect for this. What a wonderful day. Documenting the day. What a day. One fine day. A perfect day. Well, I wasn't there, so I don't know if it was perfect. You put the ribbon on the top left. Well, you could do that as well, couldn't you? So I haven't decided whether this little heart here is going to be too much. That might be too much. I don't know. Possibly. But you could certainly stamp this. All right. What I had in mind originally was cutting out my letters, these alphabet a la mode dies, in black and adding them to like the top here. You get the idea anyway. So adding them across here I thought would look really nice in black. And I think that would be a good that would be a really great bit of contrast there, having that in black. But what a day is also really nice. Perfect day, maybe. I'm a big fan of, oh, there you go. How do you say that? Sininko? Is that how you say it? Stamp sentiment on pink heart. Ooh, yes, we could do that. There's so many things. We have so many options. And that's why when you're doing a scrapbook page, there's no one right way to do it. Okay. You know, I could stamp this in, you know, Petunia Pop, for example, and then put it on a white piece. So let me grab a piece here. So I'm going to give you a couple of options. I'm wondering how big the word day is on here. It's quite big. How big do I want this to be? I'm going to go about 1 3/4, and I can always cut it down if I need to. We'll be cutting it down the other way anyway. And then the word day. Yeah, I mean, I think I like the idea of black for contrast, especially since we have black behind the photo. That would really make it look very balanced. But I'm going to give you a couple of options here. All right, so let's pop this on a block. All right, so I've got the word day on a block here, and I'm going to attach it. I'm going to pop it on you can only just see it, but I'm trying to use all my space and I'm trying to have my photos still attached to the page. All right, so let's go with, also there's some Blackberry Bliss down here. Blackberry Bliss is another color that you could add, and it's a nice dark color too. All right. I'm just going to line that up. I will be cutting a bit off. I should be doing this on a mat to give me a better image, but still. Okay, you can kind of see how that's come out. It's a very new ink pad, so it's a bit dotty. Can you see that? I don't mind that, but if you wanted it to be more solid, stamp on a mat. And also I need to massage the ink on my pad with a spoon because that will give it better. It'll be less inky. So I'm going to, so you know, I would have, for example, and then I'd stamp the words onto the white background, you know, what a day, or what a wonderful day, or whatever. All right, so you know that would look really nice. But I'm going to go back to my original plan, even though I love this. I really, really love it. Oh, and look how cute these little tiny hearts are. Ooh, we could add a couple of tiny hearts. That might be nice. I really like this set, actually. I'm glad I got it. All right, but I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to use my, I've got some black here, and I'm going to use my cut and emboss machine, and we're going to cut these. All right, so FOR for E. There are 2 E's in this set, and I must have just misplaced one. So one of them is not there. Well, that's no good. I'll find it when I clean up my desk. You know how that is. For Ev, and the other E is coming, but there's also 2 R's. 2 R's, 2 E's. So there's all the letters you need to be able to do this. And I will run that through my cut and emboss machine, and then we're going to stick them on. And yes, I should do it with adhesive on the back, shouldn't I? That'll make them easier to stick on. I always worry that I'm going to stick them on the wrong way, which is one reason why I don't use them very often, because I'm worried I'll do a live video and I'll do it upside down. I'll do an Emma. For anyone who remembers Emma Parkin-Wilson, who's our New Zealand demonstrator girl, she messed up doing this. After telling everybody that you can't mess it up, she did exactly that. So does anyone remember that at a convention one time? Some years ago. She'll never live it down. So what I'm hoping is that I've done it the right way. And if I haven't, we'll know really fast. We're about to find out if I messed it up, which is entirely possible, but let's see. I need my take your pick tool. Did I miss this? Well, that was silly. Oh, it's coming off. Yeah, I did it the wrong way. I think I did it the wrong way because that's not sticky and it should be. So let's just Tombow that on, shall we? This is why I don't do it, guys, because I don't trust myself to, you know, to get it right. So did I mess it? Yeah, I did. I did it upside down. It's okay. You get the idea. I need to practice before I do a live video. All right, so let's work out where this is going to go. This is going to go right here. So I'm going to glue these on straight across here. Yeah, Forever and a Day would be good. There's some, I mean, the thing is, when it comes to scrapbooking, if you want to have a title, you just want it to be something simple that, you know, that people will immediately know what you're trying to say. You don't want it to, unless the only exception to that would be if you've got like maybe a running joke in the family or something where you want to put something that people in the know would understand. But I usually just pick something that I think everybody would know what I'm saying. Nice and simple. So I actually gave myself an extra layer of difficulty here, but that's okay. A little bit of Tombow on the back. Come on, out you come. Whoop, now it comes out too fast. Isn't that always the way? Doesn't want to come out, and then you give it a bit of a shake or a squeeze and it comes out too much. It's like, really? Story of my life. All right, we're nearly there. I like the contrast of the black letters. Do you think that's good? Yes. Technique Tuesday, learning for me to learn how to properly use the adhesive sheets, because I'm not very good at that. But you know what? We could do it. I've actually got a couple of ideas for upcoming Technique Tuesdays. And I had the wonderful Cherie send me an idea yesterday, which I thought was particularly good. And she sent me a video and went, oh, you know, this might be, basically she was telling me it might be a good one to try. And I went back and said, oh, great Technique Tuesday ideas. So if anyone else has particular things you'd like to see, or if you'd like to, you know, like me to do a particular technique that you have not seen other people do much or something like that, then definitely send me a message. I'm very happy to accommodate any that translate really well for videos. Almost there. And the last one is the R. You guys can laugh at me. It's all right. I'm not too embarrassed. We all just do the best we can, right? And you know what's been really good about doing the scrapbooking videos is that, you know, it used to be every month or every second month when I had a class coming up, I would get, these are sticking to my fingers. The backings are sticking to my fingers because I did them upside down. Oh my gosh. I used to come up to a class and nearly every month I'd be struggling at the last minute to come up with ideas. But by doing these scrapbooking videos every month, I always have content for my class. So it's actually helping me as well to do these videos. All right. So this is what we currently have. What do we think? I haven't stuck the photo down. Oh, that's okay. I thought it was 2 p.m. too. I was at the beginning of the video telling everyone it was 2 p.m. and it was 12. That's okay. No problems, Denise. Oh, that's funny. Forever and a Day would be great as well. But something I would like to do, and something I always think looks great on a page, no matter how simple, is to have a date about, you know, and you can use a banner to put a date on. So that might look really nice down here, you know, 1st of April, 1961 here. I mean, it's on the back. We can see that it's on the back of here, but no one's going to see that unless they pick that up or look at the back for the flip flap. So I'm thinking I'm going to glue this down. And I'm deciding whether to put a banner across here or to just write it straight onto the white underneath the Forever. April Fool's Day? Yeah, that would be nice too. Thanks, Cherie. Welcome to laugh at me. I'm not proud about that. I think so too. I think the black letters look better than the other option with the petunia pop. But I could have done that in black too. That would have been another option. But I think the letters look good. They bring something out. Now, as far as bling goes, here's a little tip. When it comes to scrapbook pages, you want if you're going to add embellishments of any kind, you want them to be low profile. Okay, so thank you. I'm glad that you think the heart looks good under there. So when I put this in a scrapbook album, you don't want there to be, what we talked about this with the ribbon, you don't want there to be so much bulk on your pages that it causes issues when you put all the pages in an album. Okay, you don't want it to be so thick and bulky that it becomes cumbersome. The other thing is you don't want it to be you don't want the dots. So say, for example, I use the pearls that match this set. Okay, they're really nice, but they're quite high. Okay, they're round. And when you put a page protector on this, they're actually going to dent the page protector. So what you're looking for is something that's low profile. So you're looking for something that's relatively flat. Now, I could use these pearls because pearls and a wedding to me seem to go together, but they're going to leave a bit of a dent as well. So I'm not going to use those. But here's a couple of other options. The metallic gems, these are flatter. The top of them is flat because they're faceted. I don't know if you can see them. Can you see them? There you go. Can you see how they're kind of flat on top? They're not rounded on top. And another option, which I think is really good, is sequins. Okay, so sequins are going to work really well. And here we have, these are new celebration items. So these are another free item with a $100 spend. You can choose these. We have white, bubble bath, fresh freesia, and berry burst. I feel like the berry burst is a bit dark. I don't want to go anything darker than the petunia pop. But either the bubble burst or the fresh freesia are going to look great. Okay, so let me see what we can do here. And you can put them wherever you want them to go. Oops, I just realized there's a cat hair attached to that one, but oh well. It's okay. I'm going to have one right about here. And I'm using the bigger ones. So you can have as many as you like, or you could do a little grouping of them. So, you know, we could have like a little scattering of bling down here, you know. That looks kind of cute. All right, so you can do a few things with these, and because they're flat, they're not going to add any bulk. They're, you know, they're very flattish. They're not going to add any bulk to your album. So I think handwritten is nice. Oh, you know, that's a great idea, Cherie. What a fantastic idea. Could my dad do it next time I see him? That would be lovely. So nice. I agree. The letters in black really work on this. I think that really is a good choice. I'm glad I did it. All right. Now, the flip flap, if it's going to go on the outside of the page protector. So did everyone see Cherie's idea that I get Dad to handwrite the 1st of April 1961 or April Fool's Day, whichever he prefers? I'll give him a choice, I think. Ask him which one he likes the idea of the best. I'm just grabbing my page protectors. I've only got a couple of page protectors left. I've got to buy another pack. We do sell these now in, what am I trying to say? We sell these now in packs of 25, and I believe they are $53 for 25 of them. So that's like they were calling that the value pack. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not even sure. Oh, I think they're probably in my scrapbook bag, actually. All right, so I'm just going to say this is done for now. And I'm not going to write the date on because I think the idea of having Dad write the date on is such a great idea. Thank you so much. Why didn't I think of that? That's awesome. I know. It's such a good idea, Kate. It's perfect. Yes. They were very happy. They were so happy together. And let me tell you something. This is, some ways this is good and some ways it's not so good. But you know what? I never heard my parents have an argument. Never. Not in the whole time. I never heard them get upset or angry with each other, ever, ever, ever. and they never even, I don't even remember them disagreeing on anything, let alone having an argument. So of course, I'm grown up myself, and I think, there was probably things under the surface that they probably, didn't say what they really wanted to say, but they just never said it to each other, or if they did, not in front of us. So that's pretty amazing, really. But I love the idea of Dad handwriting that, and this is how I'll be positioning this right here. But I'm going to have it on a flip flap so that we can turn that up and see Dad's writing underneath and see the wedding day information. So there we go. Okay, so we are done for today. What do you think? Did we like the page? Now, what's happening next month? From February next month, I'm going to be doing a thing called Kit of the Month. Okay, and some of you may have seen we have a new scrapbooking. We have a new scrapbooking brochure. Okay, you can see mine's got a bit creased, but that's okay. A new scrapbooking brochure that has 4 different scrapbook workshopping kits. Scrapbook workshop kits. Now, why is my camera not focusing? There, that's better. Will a pack of DSP fit into these page protectors? Yes, they do, Glenda. They do. In fact, they're really good for keeping your DSP and so forth. The one that I'm going to be focusing on for February, so we have a couple that I really love. I'm going to be getting this one, Storybook Life, but this is not the February one. This will be probably the month after. And something that some of you may not realize, that in this scrapbooking album, there are specific stamp sets that match these workshop kits that are not anywhere else. So you would see like the Storybook Life. I have actually ordered this set, and it's got perfect things for scrapbooking pages. Could be used for cards, but it's fantastic for scrapbooking. So this is the Storybook Life one. Is the one that goes with the Peter Rabbit sets and the bunnies and all that kind of stuff, and vegetables. So we've got Easter blessings, special moments, sunny days, fun, hello spring, big smiles, and hip hop hooray. Okay, you could do lots with all of those. Oh, that's okay, Tanya, no problems. That's what replays are for, right? And the other one that I'm going to be doing for February, which I really, really like, is this one called Everyday You and Me. Okay, now the reason I'm drawn to this one is the colors. I love Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon, Mossy Meadow. These colors are fantastic. Okay, and you can see, this is because it's a digital brochure and I've just printed it out. You can see what this is. Each kit makes 6 pages or 3 double layouts. Okay, so this is one layout featuring 2 pages, a second layout featuring 2 pages, and a third layout featuring 2 pages. Okay, so that's what you've got enough stuff in these scrapbook workshop kits to make all of the kits, all 6 pages, and still have stuff left over. They're fantastic. They're such good value. Okay, now in each workshop pack you get a set of stickers and a pack of paper, DSP. You also get some die cuts, and you also get some two-tone cardstock as well to do, to be your bases. Okay, and also, most importantly, all the instructions are in there as well. However, what I'll be doing is I'm going to be doing an alternate design made with this same workshop kit at our very next Kit of the Month class, which will be the first Wednesday in February. Okay, if you would like to make the kit up with me, if you'd like to actually have me show you an alternate design that you can do with this kit, then you might want to grab it sometime this month so you can be ready to go by the 5th of February. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. I'm doing this every month. There's going to be a Kit of the Month. So the first Kit of the Month is going to be this one that's called Everyday You and Me. They've got some really lovely, I don't know if you can see it. Let's have a look here. Really, really lovely samples. And the colors just go so beautifully together. And I think they suit a wide variety of different types of photos. Okay, so it's not very purple or, very, very green. It's a really good overall. Now, I've also ordered this bundle, which is not available anywhere else. And it's a really good value bundle. So if you like this one, so we've got Love Every Moment, Better Together, Happy, and So Much Joy. Now, these sayings look fantastic on the scrapbook page, but there's nothing to say you can't use the word happy on a card and maybe add a little birthday underneath and have 2 mixed fonts, or so much joy. You could put that on a card too. And then there's some little like roses and matching like stamps to go with this. And then we have matching dies. You can buy them separate, or as you would expect, you can buy them as a bundle, 10% off. Okay. The bundle for the stamps and the dies is only $75.50. Okay. So the bundles, I've noticed, there's a couple of bundles. There's another one with hexagons, and I'll be getting to that one in other months. But the scrapbooking DSP with a point of difference, I know. And the scrapbooking kits have the DSP, and those also has the sticker sheets. These are the sticker sheets, all right? So those are fantastic. Then you've got your two-tone cardstock. So you can buy these items separately, the designer series paper with the stickers and the two-tone cardstock, all right? Or you can get, you can buy the workshop kit and it's already included. A little bonus of the workshop kits is there's a couple of pages of extra exclusive sheets of paper that you can't get anywhere else. So if you are getting the workshop packs, you're going to get a couple of pages in there that are not available any other way than buying those workshop things. All right, so I see there's a couple of questions. Oh, sorry, Tanya. I'm so sorry, honey. What sort of photos will I be using with this kit? Well, anything you like, really. Now, because they're very neutral, to me, these are quite neutral colors that goes with lots of things. So you can see the photos they've used here. They're wearing white shirts. There's, you know, yellow, like wheat colored background and some mountains. But I think outdoors photos would work really well with these. But some of the colors in here, like the pretty peacock, goes with nearly anything. It goes really well with outdoor photos. It goes well with all sorts of things. So is the two-tone still white core? My understanding is yes. Actually, I've got a pack of that right here. Let me just grab it out. Pack of two-tone paper. Let me see if I've got some handy. And my understanding is those are white core. So I've got like this pack of, these are the Snow Day 12 by 12 papers, which I used in my December class. And I'm going to take the pick tool and just open that. So if you were, you know, you can see we've got Petal Pink in there. We've got Early Espresso. What's that? Pool Party. We've got Poppy Parade. And we've got Mossy Meadow. No, it's Garden Green, not Mossy Meadow. And this is definitely two tones. So when you look at one side or the other, so this is the Garden Green side, and then you can see it's lighter. Can you see how much lighter it is? It's like a lighter shade of the same color. Okay. I know, right? The flower scrapbooking one. I'm going to get them all at some point. So if you want to, you know, you want to pick and choose which ones you like. If it's a class I'm running with it, then, you know, you might want to get that one. But if that one doesn't appeal to you, just wait until I'm doing one that you do want. I know. Yeah, and is it still white core? That was the question. So I believe so. Sure is. You see the white core there? I've just taken a corner off my Pool Party piece to prove to you it does have white core. Is the adhesive okay now for the photos? Okay. Everything's changed, all right? Once upon a time, the whole point of having acid-free and all that kind of stuff was super, super important. Now, for photos like the one I just used, yes, I think it's still important to be working with acid-free. But because we can just, now that we have digital photos, we can just go and print out more photos, the need to do that has lessened, okay? It's not as important. It's not considered as important as it once was by a lot of people because we've got that whole digital aspect of things. However, most of what we have, for example, if you look at your Tombow and you look on the back, I'm pretty sure it does tell us that it says it's photo safe. Okay, that means it's acid free and can be used with your photos, no problems. All right, so the words photo safe are on the back of this. Tape has always been considered acid free and photo safe. So different glues it should say on the glue whether or not it's photo safe or not. Okay, so that's pretty important, I guess, if you are someone who's working particularly with older photos that can't just be reprinted. Any other questions? See by the core. Look, yes, of course you could. I didn't need to. Well, yeah, you can. You can see that it's white on the side. That's true. That's true. All glues are. I think most companies that make glue have realized the importance of the scrapbooking market and how they need to actually make sure that their glues are to be okay to be used with photos. It's pretty important. All right, I think we are done. I still haven't even finished. I got so involved doing what I was doing, I haven't finished my coffee. Look at that, still there. I'll have to go to the microwave and warm it up. All right, so that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed that that rendering of this scrapbook page, and I hope that you, like me, enjoyed seeing. You know, it tells a story, and that's what scrapbooking is for. It's to help us tell our stories. If you're wondering, I have people say, you know, what's the point? You know, why do I want to scrapbook? Because one day when we're gone, it'll be lovely to have these memories. And even for me, you know, I look back now, I sometimes go through my scrapbook albums. There's awesome pictures of the kids when they were little, and, you know, some memories that I'm so glad that I've documented them. Because if I was just looking for a pile of photos, in many cases, I wouldn't remember what all those things were that were going on. So that's why scrapbooking is so important. And it can be that you just want to do a particular project. You might want to do a memorial for somebody. You might want to do, you know, a wedding, a particular event like a wedding or a holiday. You know, you want to actually document your holiday, and they can be any size. You can go from very small albums. I did a 4x4 one once, and that, in fact, like, I'll show you that one another day. But I did that of the incentive trip back to Utah back in 2013, and it was a really fun project. So I had to cut a lot of things down, but I was able to really focus on the things that mattered to me most about that trip, which was fantastic. Well, you learned a lot. Really? Did I show you anything you didn't know, Marty? I'm sure you know all these things. All right, you guys. No one in your family cares. Oh, really? Oh, that's a shame. Don't just do it for other people. Do it for yourself, okay? For the memories that you want to remember. And also something I really enjoy, and this really was something they talked about a lot of when Project Life was around. We aren't doing Project Life with Stampin' Up anymore, but that's all the pocket scrapbooking. We do still have pocket page protectors. The 6x8 albums have pockets, and something was nice about those was to document small everyday moments. Okay, not just the big events, not just the weddings and the holidays and all the really big things, but actually small everyday events, you know, that document, you know, how your life, what your life looks like. And I think that can be really affirming for you, and it's also lovely for other people to look at as well. But it's really for you. Okay, that is sad, Cherie. I'm sorry about that for you. You've just done a double page spread of pics of your daughter when she got her L's and P's. Perfect. That's lovely. And now you have a story, you know, and someone will care. Somebody will care. Even if it's you, somebody will care. They are wonderful. Good for storing ephemera and die cuts and bling as well. Good for storing things. But I do love the pocket page protectors to document small everyday moments. All right, you guys. Well, I'm gonna go head to the microwave and warm up my coffee, and then sit down and have some lunch. So I hope you're all well. I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you might be, and I will see you again on another video soon. For those of you who are in my team, tomorrow we have our next Crapbox Challenge video. Okay, so anyone who's doing the Crapbox Challenge, if you're wondering what the heck is she talking about, is a little decluttering thing we're doing in my team at the moment, and we're having a lot of fun with it. So for anyone who's interested in that, we have that tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. Otherwise, I will see you guys Friday night at 7:30. Thanks, guys. Have a great week. Bye.